Alrighty. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Climb the Wall. This is going to be a show where we come together, where we help each other see that even amidst defeat, when we are feeling at the lowest of lows in our all time darknesses, we can still come together and find a way up. So, today, it's going to be a little bit of a shorter episode because in this first episode, we're just going to take our time, introduce ourselves, let you know who we are as people, why you would want to listen to us, hear what we got to say, all that kind of stuff. So, first person to take it away, Micah.
What's up, guys? I'm Micah. A little bit about myself. Uh, I guess like personally, like a little background. I grew up in a Caucasian Christian family in a middle class area that is in the area of Portland, Oregon, the general area of that. I grew up going to Sunday school pretty much every week. I also grew up going to school from preschool into or fourth grade. I went to a private school nearby my house, and eventually I wanted to merge into public school because as I was getting older and the internet became a thing and I got a look at what else happens in the world at a very young age, as I feel like maybe a lot of people did with the internet. I don't know, I feel like a lot of people definitely were experiencing lots of things on the internet back then.
A lot of things that we're seeing way too early on.
Yeah, definitely. Internet trauma is a whole different thing. But yeah, no, I wanted to merge out of my religious bubble that I felt like I was being sheltered in. And then in fifth grade, I went to a public school also nearby my house. And my world kind of like started changing rather quickly because all of a sudden, everybody that was in my surroundings was not under the same, I guess, I don't you could call it a lot of things, moral code, religion, mindset, behaviors.
Mhm.
It was just a lot of it was a whole new world for me. Just like actually you could say being put into like the real world almost. And so growing up throughout the rest of school and mostly middle school and high school, I started to realize that maybe my religion was not for me and maybe that I had lots of things wrong and that I've been told maybe lots of things that I don't necessarily agree with and had just maybe been forced to go along with for a very long time to the point where it just kind of became like routine and behavior.
Mhm.
And I decided I didn't want that for myself. That started to cause lots of issues between mostly my family, but because of the issues that were going on in my family, that also caused me to struggle in other parts of my life throughout pretty much all of school up until my junior year. I was pretty close to being a straight A student most of the time, and it was pretty routine for me to always have a good report card to come home. Um, it was also like very looked down upon to give up on school or not try in school, you could say. So school is definitely something, a pressure that I did not want to deal with anymore, as well as I just was discovering that maybe religion wasn't for me, or at least this religion wasn't for me.
Mhm.
And so, um, I would definitely say that through some of the issues that I started to face that felt very real life, stuff that people in my family usually wouldn't like comfortably talk about because it might be considered like taboo or just might make them uncomfortable. And adults in my life don't even know how to talk about these quote unquote grown up topics.
Right.
Um, I started to move more towards, I guess, an independent mindset that didn't really like resemble anybody else. I was like kind of starting to like, I would say, lose myself. Like not really like my world was kind of like shattering to pieces as I was like wanting to more like stray away from environments that I felt
Almost like redeveloping
was
yourself, basically.
yeah, literally that is actually the perfect word for it. I did feel like at a certain point I was like, well, like we just got to start over, bro. Like
Mhm.
everything I've been told is like not working out for me
Mhm.
in like the slightest, and like I'm talking to all these people and I agree with the lots of things that they're saying, and then I come home and, like, maybe that's not, like, what's agreed upon
Right.
by other people in the house, and yeah, no, so I would say my background in summary has been maybe I think a lot of people can relate to this, and I'm not saying, like I'm not trying to say this to be, like, I guess, like, special or anything, but it's been, like it has definitely been, like, a journey to figure out who I am, which I think leads right into why I'm here on the podcast today.
So
Um,
where would you say you are now then?
oh,
Mm,
where would I say I am now?
Mm-hmm.
Ew. Well, I'm here. I'm right here in my room.
yeah.
I currently work 2 jobs right now. I am a direct support professional on grave shift, and then during the daytime, I have a part-time job at a car wash in the area, and that is what I do to currently support myself. Um, I guess to go a little bit to backtrack, sorry to go out of order, but to go back into my background to lead a little more to where I'm at now. Up into high school, when I started facing issues, I found music was a very good uh, coping mechanism and outlet and art medium that I was very fond of.
Mm.
I enjoy it in many ways. I enjoy seeing live music. I enjoy fiddling around with music. I enjoy just listening to music. I enjoy expressing how I feel about music with friends. I like talking about music. I like listening to other people talk about music. I like listening to other people's music. Music is definitely a thing that I have found a big passion for in recent years, and that has definitely led me to when I have a big ambition for music today. I don't necessarily right now have a like specific goal with music, like as far as like long term, like big term. I definitely would like to be in the industry in some way, I would like to say, but there's also a part of me that like would kind of be okay doing independent music too, I think.
Yeah.
What do you play for the most part? Because I know you play a couple instruments.
Yeah, I would say I'm a intermediate guitar player. Um, I also play the bass, the electric bass. I play acoustic and electric guitar. I should have specified that. I also am trying to pick up the drums right now as my little brother gave me his
Mm,
drum set before he went off to the military.
Hell yeah!
Shout out, little bro.
Shout out, little
Um,
bro.
really appreciate that because drum kits are expensive. Um,
No, for real.
I also fiddle around with synthesizers. I would like to get around to keyboard one day and learning the piano. And then that's pretty much what I do for the most part, music wise.
Hell yeah!
And then I'm trying to learn how to produce as well. So
Hey,
I mess around with DAWs and music softwares and stuff like that. So that's a little bit about my ambitions. As far as other ambitions and goals, I'm here on the podcast. That was a goal of mine, actually, because this is something that we had talked about for a while. And honestly, I was really excited to see it come to fruition. And we're here right now recording our first episode, and I'm stoked.
yup.
It feels nice to do something, which is something I'm trying to do more, is actually doing stuff.
Not so
Another
much
reason
talking,
why I
more
feel like,
doing.
yeah, less talking, more doing. Even though a podcast is a lot of talking, we are doing. So,
Got him.
um, I guess to kind of summarize my bit, I'm Micah. I'm trying to figure out who I am and keep climbing the wall. I'm working hard and trying to work hard on working harder. Um,
Yeah, I like that.
yeah, that's, I'd say that's about it for me, unless I'm missing anything.
I think that sounds like pretty much all of
yeah.
Micah for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds
No,
pretty
no,
I
correct.
just,
Grew up in the nice. I love how you described it. A white, or sorry, Caucasian middle class Christian household.
Yeah, I mean,
Perfect
that
descriptor
about
of.
sums it up. We do live in America for
Yeah.
non-American viewers out there, I
Oh
guess.
yeah, that's a thing if that ever happens.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll get there one day. I mean, hopefully.
That would be awesome. That would be
When
That
really
would be
awesome.
awesome. I mean, if we could do it off episode 1, that would blow my
it
expectations.
will be
International
Honestly, my
awesome.
own
viewer. Hey,
What's
listen.
up? What's
If
up?
you're an
What's up?
international viewer on episode 1, leave a comment. I want to say I love you. That's all. Or
we'll see
listener.
how well the algorithm really works.
Hey, but it's purely when and will. I'm sure we will, and I'm when we do, it'll be dope though.
That's
It
the
would be
mind.
dope.
That's the mindset. All right. Micah, thank you for introducing yourself. I hope the people love who you are because we all do. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't have someone like Micah in your life, you need someone like Micah in your life. You see that face pie I just made? It's
Hey.
because Micah's a blessing to the world around you. All right.
It
He's a
was.
Come
I
on,
can
blessing.
guys.
He's a blessing.
he
All right.
is.
But
Look, he even looks
You
like
guys
G.
are too
he
kind.
does look like Jesus. I can't lie about that. There is no denying that Micah looks like Jesus. But
Okay.
with that being said, I'm gonna pass it over to the second blessing in my life, my best friend, Peniel. Take it away.
Yo, what's good? I'm Peniel, or Pie, as my friends occasionally call me. But
Occasionally.
but on my background, I grew up also in the Portland area. Little switcheroo. Also a Christian household, but black. Yeah. Um, anyways, uh, kind of. So yeah, I grew up like in this strong like Christian, also African community. It's a little different
Which
from African side.
ethnicity
I'm
specifically?
Ethiopian. I'm Ethiopian and Eritrean, which if you know what that is, it's kind of the same thing. They were the same country like 100 years ago, had a civil war. Yeah, anyways. So I'm basically just Ethiopian, and yeah, so grew up in Ethiopian community. Also went to like public school my whole life until high school. But yeah, I grew up with like both my parents and a brother, and yeah. Besides that, I went to public school or private school, excuse me, and high school, and I didn't really like it. Uh, I don't know. I like in public school, I liked being social a lot more, and in private school it was like a smaller setting and stuff. So, yeah, I kind of like I
Was
don't
it a
know.
one gender private school or is it a
No, it was both genders,
okay?
and it also sucked moving there. I should say I moved to Seattle. That's when I moved away from all my friends and stuff like
Mm.
that. So yeah, that.
That's nice.
But I was gonna say, um, yeah, around that time is when my father um stopped being in my life too, because he lost his sanity somehow.
Like
But
literally lost his sanity or
literally, literally lost his sanity. So I can give an example to be honest.
is he like diagnosed clinically insane type thing or
No, he won't get diagnosed.
but you
But
guys all just know he is based off of behavior?
yeah. So like he would like I don't know accuse of random things. So if you like go like that means dog and demon apparently. Yeah,
That's
that's the level of
sniffing means dog and demon?
clearing your nose. Yeah, more or less. Which really sucked during the wintertime.
Okay. That's an interesting one. All right, respect.
Yeah. I guess to explain it more, he was his insanity was like rooted in Christianity. Like um I don't know. He believed like there's like demons everywhere trying to get to him and his family. I was trying to like show my camera over here. I don't know if you can see it above the door. I'll just move my laptop. There's just a little painted cross right here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So he went around the whole house painting crosses too, to like protect us from spirits and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just I won't give too many stories, but yeah, it was interesting. But anyways, I would say around that time, similarly to my I should also mention because it's gonna come up later that in school and education I did very poorly um throughout all of it, and it was kind of the same way as Michael was saying. Like it was in a household where I'm expected to do well. In fact, my brother always did well, So when I didn't, it would usually end up in me getting in trouble and shit like that.
Mhm.
But yeah, anyways. So like I was gonna say, that like whole experience for me, kind of like led me to like question God a lot. And well, at first at least. Now I don't really believe in God in the sense of same I did at least. But yeah, because I always wondered how like I don't know, like if someone like is worshiping God all the time and shit like that. Because my parents were like really heavily into like, I don't know, your stereotypical really Christian people, you know?
Mhm.
And yeah. And so that like shook my faith and made me question other things. And around like the end of high school was like when that really capitalized, I'd say.
Right.
And I like my mindset shifted a lot more. Like my senior year, I kind of said earlier how I was like really social. They're all school. My senior year, I like kind of shut down. I took shrooms a couple times. I should mention that. And that's what kind of like started it, I guess. And then like started like a deeper thought, I'd say.
Mhm.
Um and then from that, I just kind of like started to shut down and like back away from things, like more observe and stuff like that. And that's what also led me to like that's what made me capitalize on my speculation, I'd say, of Christianity. Um and yeah, so uh but enough about religion. I'd say oh well, I guess I should like lead to saying now I don't really believe in anything. I just believe like there's something out there, and I don't know. I'm curious to like observe things that point to its existence and try to find out what that could be and find out more about mine. Um, but now I'm just working, and I'm just like I work at a place called Lakeview Pro Wash. I'm an assistant technician. Um, um, that just means I do power washing and shit like that, and I also get on roofs and clean them. And then besides that, my passions would be like um, I love to write and draw. Drawing was also a big part of my life. Um, not really because I'm that good at it, if you would ask me. It's just because everyone pushed me towards it and told me that I was like good, even though in pure observation I'm at best slightly above average. But that really made me like drawing because I wasn't really good at a lot of things. Like sports, I did play, but I wasn't great at, you know. So drawing, most people didn't like it that much, at least when you're like a kid. So like you kind of have a good chance there. But anyways, yeah. So I like drawing a lot. I still do it sometimes. Um, and in my free time, when I like to draw about a manga I'm writing and also write about it. And besides that, I also like music a lot. I've like listened to music, but as of the last like recent years, I've like to dabble in trying to create it. Got a keyboard last year that I haven't touched nearly enough, and I picked up a bass about a month ago that I've gotten better at. I could say that at least.
Oh yeah.
But yeah. Um besides that, yeah, that sums up my background to be honest. Um let me see. The reason why I'm here is to find out more about myself. And like I don't know, express not only like really express myself, but like express myself with the interaction of two minds that I hold greatly. Um, and yeah, and just to bounce off of each other and I don't know, put out what we've been giving each other to you guys, and then get more back from that, and so we can all grow. And yeah, uh, what am I missing? The last thing.
I don't think you're missing anything.
Cool.
I don't think you're missing anything. I think
That's
you
that's
killed it.
that's pie.
Yeah. Hey, that's
You're
fine.
doing what you're doing. You're living your life, and while you're here, yeah, I mean that covers pretty much all of it, man.
Hey, don't be fooled. There's more to pie than just that, but
Of course, of
we're just getting
course.
started.
He's
We're
a
just getting
blessing to
started.
this world,
Yeah,
but
yeah. We're just getting started.
y'all just get to figure out a little bit of who he is.
Yeah,
And
but
that that's pie. You see that smile?
that's
That's
me.
pie. It's the
Yeah.
smile. It breaks me. I'm gonna oh, I wish there was a way that I could just like put that picture of you glowing right here. Oh wait, I can. I can just edit it
Yeah, you
in.
can. You
Yeah,
can
I'm
just
gonna
edit
just
it
like
in.
right around here. I'm gonna just put that picture of pie. He's gonna be glowing. All right. Beautiful motherfucker.
Crazy.
Anyways.
Mike,
Let's see it.
All right. So I guess it's my turn now.
Hey, wait, hold on. I mean, you introduced Pi, you introduced
oh
Oh,
me.
God.
okay.
We gotta, you gotta let one of us introduce you. It would only be
Yeah.
fair. Like,
Okay, Mikey. Wait, does it?
I
I
get a
drum roll.
drum
You
roll?
talk.
Shit. Damn.
Wait, no, Mikey. You talk. I drum roll because it's Isaiah.
I like
Just
that
because it's Isaiah. Hold up.
collaboration.
Ooh.
Hey, the mind behind the show, the man that put us together, the man that started the group chat, the man that put the name, the man that edited the photo in the group chat as well. This is too long of an introduction. Isaiah, ladies and gentlemen.
I love you guys.
That's my nigga.
First and foremost, they can't give me all the credit because like he said, Micah said, we've been talking about this for so long. It's just something we've never actually
We
taken the
have.
time to sit down and do.
Yeah.
The main point of it, like he said, I'm Isaiah, I'm 24, and this is a show that we have created here about climbing the wall. Background for me, simply put, I grew up without a dad in the house pretty much at all. He left when I was 2 months old. My mom was around till I was like 13. Most of growing up was pretty like, if I had to explain it from my perspective, I'd say it was pretty fun because I did a lot of just like dumb kid shit. I was outside all the time. We had a game called it was, what was it? Pine Cone Wars. That's what it was. We'd wait till really rainy days, right? And then we'd go outside and we'd get those soaking wet, heavy pine cones and we just pelt each other with them. That was our idea of fun. Like we just were doing goofy outdoor kid shit, right? But we were definitely very, very poor. Like our family was struggling with money. Well, at least our mom was, I will say. She was taking care of me, my brother, and my sister at the time. Our sister left the house. I think she was 16, I want to say. I don't want to say she left the house. I think our mom kicked her out, to be completely honest. But I don't know the full story on that right off the top of my head. Other than that, I mean, after I was 13, I want to say it was the last time that I talked to my mom, like actually had a conversation with her, I think. When we were in the 6th grade, I should say, my mom ended up moving into a homeless shelter with me, my brother, and my sister. And when our older brother, half brother, I should say, from our dad's side of the family, found out about this, he came and took me and my brother Dio in, and we stayed with him from 6th grade to I think 8th grade. It was for me at least 8th grade. And then one day in 8th grade, I got a call from my brother's girlfriend that I needed to come home immediately. I was like, what the fuck? Why? She was like, just come home. So I came home. All my stuff was packed up in a box. I got put on a plane and shipped back to Washington that night because my brother had actually gotten arrested, which I don't know if I should put all that on the internet, but hey, either way, he got arrested. We didn't have family in the area. And so literally the next day, the cops showed up to get me and my younger brother from what would have been my brother's girlfriend, but we got put on a plane, sent home, obviously, to Washington to live with our grandma.
Oh,
We didn't have
yeah.
family in Utah, so we were going to become wards of the state.
Yeah.
And it was a wild thing. Uh, Other than that, I think I have lived with quite a few different families. After the age of 13, we started bouncing around between a lot of different households. My senior year of high school, I think I lived with 5 families in total. That would probably be the most significant portion of high school. My freshman up until senior year, I had lived with the same family for pretty much the entirety of that time. It was pretty cool all the way up until the end when some stuff happened during football season. They got mad at me for not putting them as my parents on like our football team was doing a thing called the Falcon Flyer. And basically in that Falcon Flyer, they asked all the seniors like a bunch of questions about who they were, where they were going with their lives, what they wanted to do after graduating, if they were going to college, yada yada yada. And they got upset because I didn't list them as the parents my of like my birth parents, basically. Sorry, my brother just got home. And so because of that, we got into a whole big fight, blah blah blah. Long story short, I moved out of there and ended up moving in with a friend of mine and then bounced between like 3 different houses until finally I settled in with, I believe it was Jacob's family, which is still a good friend of mine, or I should say a better friend of my brother's. I haven't really talked to him too much lately, but he's still a good friend. Other than that, I think what happened next? We moved in from Jacob's family. We went to the most recent family, which we don't need to go into too much detail about them, but they set me up with a pretty good job. And when I got my first taste of money, obviously it was not the way it should have gone because, I never had
Mm.
any money in my life. And so when I finally got this job, I had just dropped out of college. I was now making $70,000 a year at the age of 20 years old. And I was just, to me, I was rich. I was living life, man. I'm not going to lie about it. Made a lot of poor choices, ended up losing a lot of money, losing my job, lost my girlfriend, lost my house, lost my car. A lot of shit happened. Fast forward, I'm going to say 2.5 years because we can skip a big portion of what just happened, but also a major part of the inspiration behind this show. I ran into a situation basically where I made some bad choices and hurt a few people in my life, and it left me in a very, very deep, dark spot in myself, I guess you could say. Is like I really just kind of felt like I hit rock bottom in my life. I couldn't really see much of a future for anything going on. Like there used to be, have you ever tried to think to the future and you have like an image of what could be
Yeah,
coming? Like it was just black.
like nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I physically couldn't create an image of what was next. And so like I kind of told you, Pi, I had two options. I could stay at that low or I could climb the wall. And so I made a choice. And my choice was to get up, start working on myself, do the things that I wanted to do to make myself happy and stop worrying so much about making everyone else happy. And while yes, I still have a goal of helping people and trying to push people to be better, I want to try and make people happy through a means of showing them that they are more than they think they are. And so that's a big part of what this is all about. Thanks. My brother said good call on my combination of Cheez-Its and pretzels, as well as what I just stated.
Hey, it's a good combo.
Um,
Bond
the
both, especially together.
This is my brother. What's up? You're gonna be on the internet. He's been there before. Did you like that? Welcome up. Anyways, to basically wrap up the point of all of this, like I said, my name is Isaiah. I'm 24. This is a show that I really wanted to start. I wanted to start with my two closest friends because I think that community is a huge thing that people need to really, really put their value behind. My friend right here, Pi, he has shown me that no matter what, no matter who, no matter what, no matter the scenario, someone can leave me, things can break, I could lose whatever. But if Pi is here, I'm chilling. And I mean the same thing for Micah too, because they just been here. I don't know what to say. And if you have that belief that there are two people behind you, even one person behind you that truly, truly supports you, you will feel like you can do anything. So, whenever you feel like you're at that all-time low and you hit that rock bottom, just remember, rock bottom is always the strongest foundation on which you can build. And that's how we wrap that up. What's next? Any questions? Any thoughts? Any concerns?
No, this is a beautiful intro.
I mean,
Or beautiful.
I'm gonna say personally, like, hey, this is us. I mean, I'm excited to talk about things besides ourselves. Actually,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like, don't get me wrong. Like, I mean, like, I love us. Don't get me wrong, but like, I'm definitely excited to dive into some
Conceited.
more deep topics. I'm excited to learn a lot. Actually,
I think
I
that
feel
is
like
a
I'm
big
gonna
part
learn
of
a
this.
lot from this experience between like the research that I feel like I'm gonna be doing for like maybe like stuff that we talk about or just like the conversations we have or
Mhm.
other things that I don't know this experience on the podcast might lead to
And I
other
think
things.
it'll be
So
cool because, upon us talking about whatever topics we decide to talk about moving forward, we can also have people that'll come in the comments. They'll be like, oh, hey, we know this, this, and this about whatever subject. And that can give us then more information about something or, just anything like that. The goal is to
yeah,
have everybody grow together, man.
Mhm.
But I think that what do we got? That should pretty much cover it all, guys.
yeah.
Does anyone else have any more tidbit they felt like they might have missed about themselves before they want to get this wrapped up?
Uh, what did you?
Actually, I think I mention that I dropped out of high school.
Oh, you didn't
No,
actually.
you didn't say that.
Okay, because I was like sitting there. I was like, I don't know if I said that I dropped out of high school because like I talked about yeah. So I guess to flash back to me really quick. Yeah. So I did pretty good in school up until like my junior year of high school, and I'd pretty much had enough of my family at this point. I didn't even explain that I'd gotten myself pretty deep into substance usage.
Mm,
Like I got myself like I mean like definitely not like definitely could have been worse, but like it certainly wasn't great. Yeah, I got myself tied in with a lot of stuff and started partying a lot. It was another good outlet that I found. Kind of like a guess you could say rebellious phase that I had where dude, I like found a way to sneak out of like my parents' house at night. Like I had my friends pick me up like at the end of the private drive I lived on. Like,
Hmm.
like there was like always like a sneaky way out.
right.
Like I don't know, like I was finding ways to kind of like live like a double life as I was getting older and my parents were starting to like loosen the grip a little bit on like
Yeah.
what I was allowed and not allowed to do. And when they gave me an inch, I definitely like would take a mile. Like I would take anything like they give me and like stretch it as far as I could. Like
Hmm.
I mean, like yeah, I was partying hard sophomore, junior, senior year. Like I was partying pretty hard. Like I was I definitely went from short hair, clean cut, Sunday school
Yeah,
ready
bro.
Micah
I
to I definitely turned
'cause
into hippy dippy,
me,
smoky tokey.
I was gonna say because me and Micah went to the same middle school, right?
Really?
And when I saw Micah, yeah,
I didn't
yeah,
know
we
that.
Yeah.
went to okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
no, we did.
yeah, and then I
That's how
went to
me and
Sky
Fred know each other.
my freshman year, and so I knew him there too. And then yeah, so the whole time I've seen Micah, he was like all he knew him as is like this track kid who like I don't know seems like he's like a good Christian boy or whatever.
Yes.
Or it was cross
Yes.
country. It was cross country, wasn't it?
You were cross country?
Yeah, I was cross country, track, and
Cross
tennis.
Oh
country.
yeah, I guess I didn't mention
Yeah.
anything about like my high school experience with sports.
Yeah, no, we should definitely like go back in a
I
second
was, I was gonna
for everybody else.
Yeah, and then freshman year, kind of like a little different. I still didn't get to talk to him that much though. And then sophomore year, cause Jeremy, Jaleel, like we have mutual friends. And then I
Mhm.
come back and I
Yeah.
see Mike. I'm like, wait, this is Micah, bro. It's crazy, man. Changed so much.
That is kind of wild.
Yeah, no, I
But
kinda
I didn't meet Micah until after he was Micah. So
yeah,
I just got this like retro god that we were all needing in our lives.
yeah. Oh
damn.
god,
That's pretty
for
much how
real.
I
Damn.
think of you,
I
Micah. It's
take
just
that I
like
take
retro.
Yeah,
I mean,
retro.
shit. I wish I could afford more retro stuff. I wish I had more retro stuff, but hey,
I
I'll
was
get there.
I was
Mhm.
gonna say,
Retro God, though, that's a compliment I'll take to the highest degree.
yeah, for real. But I
I
was
guess.
gonna. No, go
Oh
ahead.
yeah,
No,
you
no, no,
you
no, no,
go.
no. Go. No, I don't. If you're not done, go ahead. Finish. I'll say after you're done.
Word. I'm gonna say I'll just finish up my piece really quick,
Yeah,
and
let's
then
go.
I'll give you two a chance to do your guys' stuff as well. So yeah, no, yeah. So I was like goody two shoes, so like straight A boy for like a super long time, and then like freshman year came along, and I started like kind of splitting into like my double life. Like I was already kind of like leaning into it like earlier. Like I don't know, like kind of just like growing up, like when I was a really little kid, like I was like afraid to break the rules pretty much.
Mhm.
Like I was like that, like I was that whipped pretty much. Like and so I was just kind of like, I don't know, like I thought like I would go to hell or like I don't know, like my parents would like be mad at me or like yell and scream at me or like
Yeah.
make me feel like a piece of garbage. Like I don't know, like
Makes sense.
like I felt like any decision that would have led to me having freedom, it was just like met with like a picket fence pretty much, just like stopping me from like getting out. And yeah, no. So yeah, when I dropped out of high school, my parents didn't even know for I was still living with them. It was my junior year of high school,
How do you drop out and they not
and they
know
didn't
while
even
you're
know that
living
I
with
was
them?
dropped. I don't even think they know to this day that I dropped. Actually, no, I think they might have.
That's
But
insane.
oh yeah, because they got a call one day. Yeah, no, but yeah, they didn't know for a while because I was doing a program at a community college, and so I was allowed to do my own scheduling, and all that stuff just went through me. My parents didn't have to filter any of that stuff.
Oh,
So I basically found a way to just drop out of high school and make it look like I was still going to school, and it worked because I was ahead in school. So yeah, I dropped out for a full year, I moved out of my parents' house at the end of my junior year of high school. I said, "Look at 'em out." I said, "I've had enough. Like, goodbye."
Valid.
Um,
I want to add that I can like kind of vouch that Mikey was kind of good at like making it seem like he went to high school because I never knew that he dropped out until he was graduating. And because didn't you graduate like kind of early or something shit like that?
yeah, I graduated 3 weeks before the COVID outbreak happened and everything shut down.
Yeah, yeah. Oh god.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was yeah, it was pretty lucky if I'm being completely honest. But yeah, that led to me basically doing what I'm doing now, which has just been working and killing time, and I'm trying to be more productive about it and actually work towards something instead of sitting on my ass. So
Yeah.
We on the
here
up
I
together,
am.
man. We on the up together.
But
Yes, sir.
I was gonna say that actually reminded me. Um uh similarly
Similarly.
I'm not thank you. In high school, just just with like okay, actually I don't know if it's the same at all. But anyways, so in high school, I forgot to talk about this earlier, but so with COVID and like that happened my senior year, right?
Mhm.
And so like I know I said that I was like really bad at school and like I shut down my senior year, and that was also for school too. So like I almost didn't pass high school. Like I actually wasn't supposed to. Like I like went like 2 months. You know how school ends in like I don't know, like June. I ended
Mhm.
like basically like beginning of August because we were in like we were like what's it called? What was it called? Lockdown? No, not lockdown. Quarantine.
Mhm.
We were on quarantine, right? And that's like when it just started. So it gave me an extension of school because we couldn't like walk because of quarantine until then. So let me keep doing school until we had to walk. Basically, they said you can keep going. And but it was kind of funny because after that, after like my whole life of hating school, I go to community college the next year, and I like I don't know take some classes about microbiology, and I actually like love it. And it I loved like starting to actually learn for myself instead of like learning for I don't know being forced to.
Right.
So yeah, I thought I should. I kind of wanted to add that because that was actually like a significant part of like my changing point in like my mindset
Yeah.
is when I like realized that like understanding things is like understanding anything is amazing. Anything can be an art if you let it. Um, yeah, I don't know. That was just something that was important for me. I feel like I missed that completely earlier.
I think that's a really, really well way to put it. Basically, just putting your mind to the things that you feel are valuable will allow you to do the things that you actually want to be able to do, which is a perfect thing to let you guys know. I will say, join us back next week. We are going to be talking a lot more about manifestation and the overall energy of life, how you can allow the things that you think about to be something that you really bring into your life. So, if you ever have any thoughts, any wonders about manifestation or anything like that, catch us next week. We'll be back with you guys with another episode. Remember, climb the wall.
Climb the wall.
We climbing.